もう本当に GTR クレイジー。すぐ出ただからもう欲しかった。飽きたことない。いつもチューニングとチェンジだからすごい楽しい。
初めてだからおすすめ。
I actually got this car new in 1999. The order was placed in December 1998. So I've had it for 24 years now, which is pretty incredible if I think about it. My 34 is pretty simple in the greater scheme of things compared to a lot of cars out there. I've kept things very simple, so I've kind of refined what the RB was all about in its stock form. Kind of doing like an OEM plus, maybe plus, to try to extract the power that the engine really should have come out from the factory with. So about 500 to 550 horsepower, depending on boost and settings. I'm still in the midst of actually setting up the computer. Okay, so exterior-wise, I kept things extremely simple. There's only a Nismo Z-Tune bumper at the front. Everything else is stock. I'm kind of happy with the way the car looks. And there's one thing that I've done, and that's hidden behind the Nismo Clear winkers, and that's doing a daytime running light. So inside here is a double LED. So once I indicate left or right, it turns to orange. So, and I don't think anybody's done that so far in the world. Maybe it's the only 34 with daytime running lights that I know of, at least. You know, I've been GTR crazy since the first time I laid eyes on a GTR in a magazine when I was still living in the UK. I saw the 32 for the first time, and my interest instantly sparked. And then when I moved here, my first visit to Daikoku in '93, I saw some modified GTRs, and that's the bug basically started there. And for me, ever since I got the GTR, you know, just following the scene, seeing how tuners have evolved the cars, how they've, you know, come up with different products and just kind of perfected their art. And, you know, the cars today are simply amazing. And I think it's why you find so many people that originally maybe owned GTRs in the 90s or early 2000s, they're going back to the second generation of GTRs in the 32, 33 and 34, because I think those cars really have the essence of what Japan tuning is all about. So for me, a GTR is, yeah, forever. I think Japanese car culture is probably the best car culture globally, and pretty much the reason that I'm in Japan and have been for the last 20 plus years. I think what is amazing about Japan is the ability to make a car look its best when it comes to wheel fitment and just making it sit just as it should, and just selecting the best mods to extract a little bit more power and refinement, and, you know, just keep everything balanced. I think the Japanese do balance really well. I think JDM for me originally was all about drag, street drag, you know, 04, high performance, high power. Then it shifted to time attack, and now I think it's more to do with style. I think, you know, the stance movement has really taken on quite, you know, in a big way here in Japan. The mix of USDM and JDM has kind of progressed JDM itself. And, you know, in between this, of course, you still find people doing drag, you still find people doing time attack, and you still get the cars that are really well built. So I think in totality, JDM is the best of everything condensed into a really nice build. That would be the epitome of what JDM stands for me. I've had these wheels for 20 years now. They're 19-inch by 9.5, and I just found them to be like the most perfect wheel fitment for the 34, and that's probably the reason that I never actually ended up changing them. They're currently running Yokohama Advan AD09s. I've been pretty much progressing through the Advan Neova lineup. So it's been really interesting, you know, discovering how the evolution of the tire kind of happens and the improvements that come with it. So I'm really happy with these new tires. They're not only grippier, more progressive when it comes to breakaway, but they're also quieter and better in the wet. So it's been like a, you know, overall improvement throughout. Okay, so what I really like about Neova is the feedback that they give you, and that goes right across into like normal driving or just a bit of fun driving on the weekends or on the mountains. You don't really need to push the tires that much to kind of get the feedback from your car. It just brings in so much information from the front tires. You know precisely what the car is doing, and most importantly, when it's going to let go. So I think it's something that's extremely important in any tire, the ability to tell the driver what it's doing, what the front wheels are doing, and how the rear wheels are coping as you kind of put on the power. I love Japanese parts because, you know, they've been the go-to parts for so many years, and it just makes sense that you would want to stick to what's been proven, unless you're really trying to push the envelope and go pretty extreme. You know, companies like HKS, Tomei, and Gredi really push their development now on the RB side of things. It's really great to see that they're investing into pushing their own technologies further, and, you know, coming out every year with new interesting parts. And as the market for these older Skyline GTRs continues to be so popular, you know, people get really excited with what's coming up for release.